Dad, I don't like this.
You won't until you understand it. This is art, Adam, and it's most visceral. Look into it and tell me, what do you think it is?
It looks like blood.
It's called the Banshee. It's the final painting of Silas Frobisher. He made exactly 1,000 pieces in his public life, and this was his last. When he decided that his career was complete, he invited all of his friends and critics to the grand reveal so that they may sit in an auditorium and wonder what masterpiece lie underneath the tarp on stage. Silas came out, thanked everyone for their support through the years, and ripped off the sheet to reveal a blank canvas. Then he stepped in front of it, jammed a pistol in his mouth, and made his magnum opus.
So that's...
You're looking at it.
Were you there?
No. But the story caught my attention, and I knew I needed to see it for myself.
I think I'm going to look at other exhibits.
Sit still. I have a question.
This thing's freaking me out, Dad.
Am I blessed, or am I cursed?
With what?
You know with what. Am I blessed with it, or am I cursed? You used to wrestle with this question, but now it feels as if there are two devils on my shoulders.
Aren't you happy?
It's less about happiness and more showmanship. Knowing when to take the stage, when to bow, and when to close the curtain.
You want to die? Don't you?
I long for the freedom to choose, but it escapes me. Soon, I'll ask Simeon to pull the trigger, and when he does, I'll need something from you.
What is it?
Frame the splatter.
When we kiss it, fever with thy flaming youth. Fever, I'm a fire. Fever, yea, I burn forsooth. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare, he gives me fever. With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus.
You want to know what my least favorite conversation in the world is?
Not this again. What is it?
My least favorite
If you
conversation.
really didn't enjoy having the conversation, you wouldn't bring it up every time you found yourself across some fresh ears.
I can't help it that I'm interesting. And the fact that it's taken until now for you to complain is a real testament to the quality of my entertainment.
I've learned my lesson. I'll criticize you constantly.
So I've been married.
Sit up, Sim. You're slouching like a giraffe with Parkinson's.
What?
Complain early, complain often, and they'll never accuse you of not speaking up.
Do I need your permission to continue?
Say what you wish, but I won't be listening.
So look, I've been married 33 times.
You don't seem happy.
Seems like a lot, doesn't it? But I just turned the corner on a millennium, so it evens out.
I've only been married once.
That isn't an achievement, it's just sad.
Your Cavalier has excellent mileage, and for that price, fascinating.
So look, I've been married 33 times. And eventually there comes this point where my wives ask why I don't age. Now, this is unless they die before that point, which does happen. But since we've cured polio, we've been fine recently. Anyways, they ask me, Simeon, Sam, we've been married for 33 years and you literally haven't aged a day. Right? So I tell them.
You tell them you're immortal?
I tell them that I'm a god.
Not gods.
No, but we can't die. That's the godliest thing that anybody else can do, so I'm keeping the title. Anyways, I've given the usual spiel. Elion, Abaddon, you know the rest.
Right.
And so they go, whoa, 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 okay. I don't believe you, but I guess that makes sense. And then, once the doubt creeps away and they're left with the reality that they're lawfully wedded to a sexy human Twinkie, they ask the question. The worst question in the world.
And what is that?
Did you know Van Gogh? Oh my God. Did you meet George Washington? Did you know... Insert the name of someone who lived on a different continent than I did at the time.
And you say no?
Of course. I mean, we don't know who's going to be famous before they get there, and we live in a big world. It's like, woman, did you know Cyndi Lauper? Didn't think so.
And what if she did know Cyndi Lauper?
Then I'd name somebody else.
Like who?
Would you bag your face and let me talk? Rock Hudson.
That's a good one. She probably won't know Rock Hudson.
So you ask and they say
Right, well, this time I decided to tell her straight up. First date, I can't die. Just to get it out of the way. I mean, not every old guy's got an exhibit dedicated to him, but that doesn't mean his life isn't breathtaking when you take a look. As if I couldn't possibly have any anecdotes worth sharing after 1,000 years of treading mud just because I personally wasn't on the Titanic. Oh, which reminds me,
You must be pulling my leg.
What about the Titanic?
so it was what, 1920?
Earlier, the ship sank in 1912.
It was a while ago. Before your grandpa was born. So Solomon and I had just gotten out of this play. Was it Disraeli or Kismet?
Kismet.
Right. So we had just gotten out of this play in New York City. Really good show and all that. And as they're dismissing people, the first ones they let out are the upper crust, socialites. And we're not allowed to go because we're not into the big fish yet. But as they're funneling out the door, I lay eyes on the most beautiful woman that I've ever seen up until that point. And I was between marriages, so...
Divorce?
What? Oh, no, I don't divorce. And so I see this woman.
Sorry.
I see this woman, and I won't bother describing her to you, but believe me when I say that she was a marble Venus. And I turn to Solomon and I go, I'm going to be a little while. I'm hopping the velvet. So, naturally, he tries to stop me from making this incredibly impulsive decision, but I continue nonetheless. Leap over the rope, bound past the usher, and up to her I go. And I say something stupid, like, "Excuse me, ma'am. I don't believe we've met. I can't imagine that you'll give me the time of day, as by the time I finish the sentence, you will have made more money than I do in a year. But I do hope that you open your ears long enough to hear my voice, as I have to say you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I go by Simmy, and it would be my greatest honor to take you out to dinner with the very few pennies I have left after purchasing tickets to this very expensive play."
There's not a chance she agreed to that. Really?
It's not those pathetic things that would want himself to do. One time, he stole a ring from an aristocrat.
Like Robin Hood.
Tapped a woman on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, miss, I think you dropped this," before slipping it onto her finger. 40 years. They were married for 40 years.
I don't remember the specifics, but I played something to that tune in the theater. Really great woman, highbrow, intelligent. Fortunately, I realized that things weren't working a few days in, so I respectfully broke off our courtship and moved on.
I'm not seeing the Titanic connection.
Because that woman, Ava, had recently divorced a general. Jack something. Jack had gotten remarried to a woman named Madeline. Would you care to guess where they honeymooned?
Titanic? The Titanic?
Bullseye. You know the rest of the story. Poseidon throws a curveball at the bow, breaks it in two, and poor Jack sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
And Madeline?
Oh, she survived. But you will not believe what happened after that.
What?
32 out of 33.
You're telling me you married the widow of a man whose ex-wife you dated after running into her at a play, not knowing that her husband is going to die in the Titanic?
I've danced through the centuries and collected volumes of stories just by accident. And yet these are the types of things that dramatic thrill seekers, ironically, are so unwilling to hear.
That's amazing.
Real showstopper.
How old are you, Sammy?
Lost track. Younger than him, though.
By a few years. Tell me, did you ever tell your wives the Yoshiwara story?
Oh, I gotta be careful with that puppy. Last time I let that one slip was with Anne.
Lutheran.
Loved her till death. But she was definitely on the hazier end of the salmon spectrum.
Made good pancakes, though.
You're right. On the cooking scale, she was a 10.
Did you ever get a recipe?
I did, but her cobbler's been lost to time.
Shame.
Can't keep too many mementos lying around anyway. It's a fine line between remembering and hoarding.
I still have all of my wife's things, and she's been gone for, wow, it's nearly been a year.
That's nothing.
It's not nothing.
Sorry, it's not nothing, but well, I mean, like comparatively.
Simeon.
So, how's the kid doing? How old is he now?
A year?
If you ever need anything from Solomon or myself, don't hesitate to ask.
I don't know if I'll need anything, really.
Anything at all. I mean, you want us to watch him for a couple days, go out of town, or...
We really do just want to help.
Hope this felt worth it. What are you? I'm the devil monkey fluffer. Right! That didn't come out right at all. What would that even mean? You have to go. He's probably something. City! Right.
Slow down, you're going too fast.
Almost there.
Where exactly is there?
Here.
What is it?
It's my tree, Sophie.
It's a nice tree. What is that?
Oh, that's our house.
Our house? Well, if I'm being honest, I'd much rather be
Oh,
over
no,
there.
come on. Look at this tree for a second. It's of the utmost importance to me.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Well, look closer. Right here, bark.
You carved my name in the side?
This oak is 250 years old, and I planted it. Held it as a sapling, put it in the ground, watered it when the rain didn't. Most of my favorite moments took place right here under its shade. Conversations, kisses, even a proposal. If you peel the bark away, you'll see the names of every friend who came here. Each of whom stood right where you stood and left their mark on my memory. As far as I'm concerned, all of that was preparing me for this moment. The most important moment of my entire life. Together, we start our lives in that house on this farm. It's a moment that I will never forget in all of eternity. Welcome to history.
Now, you focus too much on the future and the past, but I'm not in either of those. I live now. Now, can we please go see my house?
After you.
Look at all these books. Have you read all of these?
Some are dustier than others. There's a stack of cookbooks in the corner that aren't exactly page-turners, and I can never stomach Faulkner.
What did Faulkner do to you?
I haven't met him, Sophie.
Wait, have you ever met?
No.
Okay. The plot's a little far from town, don't you think?
I like the silence out here. It's romantic.
I was talking about our restaurant. Simi, we've been talking about opening a restaurant since we
Of
met.
course. Well, I mean, we don't have to build it out here. We can rent in town when the time comes.
When will that be?
Let's not worry about the future, Sophie. I love you now.
Okay. Okay. I'll ask him later.
this one handwritten?
It is. Ooh, and there's a lovely recipe for pancakes that I beg for you to master.
I'll make you anything that you want. Simeon? Are those graves in the backyard?
Family.
Those are your wives, aren't they? Will I be buried there?
What do we say about the future?
Right.
Come on. I'll show you the rest of the house.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you. There you go. Where have you been? I waited at this foster care facility for an hour.
Did I not go?
No, you didn't.
I'm actually apologetic. I got a call from the home. I had to go visit Sophie.
Is she okay?
It was just a scare. Can I hold her?
Be careful.
I'd almost forgotten. Thanks. Oh, you really are made of porcelain, aren't you? What's his name?
Adam.
Adam. Hi.
What did you do?
I just smiled at him. Your kid hates joy. Here.
It's okay. I've got it. I've got it.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
You can believe it. This is new.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm just going to set him in his crib. Feel free to pour yourself a drink.
You doing all right financially? Got enough to feed for two?
Stomach is the size of a raisin. I think I'll get by.
I can tell your new father because you are dangerously wrong, friend. Kids eat like juicers. The fridge will be empty in a week and he'll eat the jars if he has to.
I appreciate your encouragement.
What do you do nowadays anyway? Is it something you can step away from?
I've invested enough to sit comfortably for a while. Without shackles, I'm free to be the world's volunteer. Sickly masses tend to favor a man who cannot die, so I go where no one else does. Feed the hungry, open pickle jars for men who've had their arms sawed off. Anything to help.
Solomon. Constant light in an ever-darkening world. How noble.
What about yourself?
I'm a man of the field, Solomon. Just feel my hands.
You're not bored?
Boredom is for the undisciplined.
But don't you ever want to escape the monotony?
If I left my fields alone for more than a month, my crops would wither and die, and I wouldn't have enough wheat left to make a flapjack. No risk is sexy enough to jeopardize that.
You opened a restaurant.
And it closed because nobody came. There's no such thing as earning and losing. There's only taking. I've got too much to lose not to be careful.
What do you have to lose?
Monotony.
Pass the scotch.
You doing okay? Seem bummed.
My good friend loses his wife in childbirth. I exhaust myself grieving for her. Then he goes and gets himself shot. Just months later, and I'm given 10 hours to get over it before the courts are on my back with a nomination for guardianship. It's a lot to take in.
Well, I know the family was close to you.
It happens.
To the houseflies. Not to us.
Have you ever considered passing on the curse to one of them?
Are you kidding? Not suicidal.
No, but you've never thought of it.
Not a chance. Got it too good to let anybody else be Abaddon. They wouldn't appreciate everything like I do.
Suppose you're right.
Why?
I have no reason.
You aren't considering dying, are you?
Every Elion may choose his Abaddon. The Abaddon chooses his Elion. I chose you. You ever put any thought into finding someone to take my place?
I chose you. Everyone who gave it up before us had their reasons for doing so. Just like you have yours to stick around. I'm gonna need you for the next 1,000 years, so go ahead and blow your brains back in if you ever start to drift down that path, Solomon. Reconsider what a choice like that would do to me.
You're right. I'm sorry.
There's no reason to feel guilty over something you never do.
Of course there is. What else would keep me from doing it?
Have you thought about getting a wife? They're all the rage nowadays.
I'm not ready.
Ready for a kid, though? Surprising.
What do you mean by that?
Come on, don't make me say it. He's a housefly. And you normally won't touch him with a 10-foot stick. I mean, you've tried with Roman and Pearl, but now you're drinking all of a sudden, and that can only be a sign that things didn't end well. He's going to die, Solomon. Hopefully not soon, but one day. Don't forget about that. While he's rotting in his grave, you'll be here drinking scotch and eating pancakes with me. Put that on the side of your novelty mug, huh? Right underneath World's Best Dad.
Don't be morbid.
Just be careful, okay? Look to the flowers for friendship, but make sure to stand under the unruly oak when the storm comes. I need you here, and you need me too.
I do.
I'm glad we could get that settled. I gotta take a whiz.
How hard can it be to draw the sun?
Unless you drew a square, you're probably on the right track.
I can sing, I can write, I can probably juggle chainsaws, but I cannot, for the life of me, draw a circle.
If everyone stopped doing everything we were good at from the beginning, all we would do is eat, poop, and sleep. Everything else takes practice.
I've been practicing for decades.
You're usually twice as good as you think you are. See, that's not bad. The flares coming off the outer rim look awesome. You're getting there.
When will I be ready to draw people?
It won't be long, but we have to start with the basics. Shapes and shadows, and then eventually onto figures and faces.
They're not flares. They're mistakes.
If it makes you feel any better, I was drawing stick people until sophomore year. I thought I would never get better, so I tried to prove myself wrong until I was. It's never for everyone.
But every time that I try, my hands disobey my will.
We'll teach them to listen. Are you ready?
I'm going to go wash my hands.
We're only going to get messier.
I am not. Thank you for your services today.
Are you sure we just started?
And finished. Thank you, Wendy. I don't think this is something that interests me.
Okay, sure. Obviously, I'd recommend a longer trial period before you make your decision, but you're the boss.
You know the way out.
Dad?
I was gonna do a bit, pretend to be your dad, insisting that you clean your room and whack your weeds, but I decided against it because I thought it might be weird. Hi.
Hi. Do you know where you went?
Wherever it is you people wash your hands.
Thank you.
What do you need it for?
Oh, just things.
Urgent things?
No, it's okay.
Do I have things I didn't know about? Why won't you look at me?
I can hardly get one word out around new people. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
If you can't get out more than one word, I won't ask for any more than one at a time. Does that sound fair?
Sorry.
Cool. Assist?
Oh, cleaning.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What?
This.
Thanks.
Sure.
Her?
No.
Stylish.
No.
Why?
Burned.
Recent?
Childhood.
Still?
Scarred.
You?
Ugly.
Fruit?
Okay.
Cute. This?
Thanks.
Prego.
What?
Italian.
For?
You're welcome. There's no one English way to convey your welcomeness, so I said it in Italian.
Hey, you broke!
So did you. I won, by the way.
But you broke!
And you're also talking to me without staring up a storm, so I'd say that I won. The scars aren't that bad, by the way. I don't see why you feel the need to cover them up with bandages.
Thank you.
Or at the very least, gloves.
Are you leaving?
It's okay. I'll see you soon.
What? What?
Dinner? Tomorrow night? I imagine making plans with you in my head a few seconds ago, but I must have forgotten to mention them out loud. Whoops.
I can't.
Okay, what about Thursday?
I can't go.
Why not?
I have responsibilities that I don't think I should ignore, and it's best that I don't stray too far.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I couldn't care less, honestly. I just thought it might be fun.
Maybe I'll see you soon.
Maybe.
Dad?
Dad? My son. It's time.
You're upset? You're not thinking straight.
If I'm upset, then I have been upset for centuries. Consider my thoughts collected.
Why?
Because I don't have nightmares anymore. And even remembering the things that I have seen is bad enough. Because I am exhausted by all the things that I cannot control and by all of the things that I can, but wish that I couldn't. Because you are my son. I have raised you from the worms, and I will not bury you among them. Both sorrows and blisses carry weight that threaten to drag me down. Your body is parchment, mine is stone. Do you want to live forever?
What?
Those were his words. The Abaddon who chose me. Came to me when I was broken, displayed upon a mat, down a street which no one traveled. He held out his hands to me and he said, "Your body is parchment, and mine is stone. Do you want to live forever?" I've seen too many bullet holes, Adam. I have collected my weights, and they have begun to sink me. I've outlived Lincoln, and Tyndale, and Brunel, and I do not wish to outlive you.
Why me?
It has to be you.
Why?
Because you have fallen into my lap, a perfect gift. I've seen cruel men take this life and use it for their own gain, but you could change the world. Soon, I'll ask Simeon to let me go, because only I can kill Simeon, and only he can kill me. When I ask him, he will choose you to take my place.
Is this what you really want?
It is all that I will ever want.
When can I take this from you?
What I have sought to do is finished, and I am done with the law. Your body is parchment, and mine is stone. Do you want to live forever?
Am I too late?
No, I will bring her out for you.
Thank you.
I thought you'd forget.
Did I forget our anniversary?
Last year you almost did.
True. But it was still our anniversary in China by the time I remember.
China is 12 hours ahead.
By which time you would have forgiven me or forgotten.
You think too highly of me.
So what have you been doing all day?
Waiting for you.
I'm here now.
Sometimes you don't realize how awful you are until you're alone and you're the only company you've got.
You're not awful, Sophie. Quite the opposite.
I know. I was talking about you.
I am better with you.
And I'm better with food. Can we go?
Yeah, I'll go sign you up.
It's really sweet of you to do all this for your grandmother. Most people forget all about their elders after they sign them in.
I could never do that.
It's
pretty
A little bit
adorable.
too close.
It's pretty adorable that she still wears her wedding ring, don't you think?
Absolutely.
She's a sweetheart.
Is she? I hadn't noticed.
And your age.
She looks young for 1,000.
She's as old as you look.
I'm a married man, Sophie.
And I'm getting old.
Well, love is by nature improv. Your partner will do heaps of crazy non sequiturs, maybe say a few things to throw your concentration. But in the end, you just gotta roll with it. No matter what. Step off stage before the act is over. It's just bad showmanship.
And you always have been good with theatrics.
And you have been the perfect castmate. Happy anniversary.
Same to you.
70 years.
And you haven't aged a day.
If I see any men in black, I'll let you know.
Sorry. It's alright, I'll just paranoid.
Your father's in Spain. I think you're okay.
Right. Of course.
What are you so afraid of?
My father has this job that one day I will inherit, and it's not one that really lets me fall in love, have a family, or grow roots.
Do you want the job?
I'm the only one trained to do it.
So if you don't want the job, don't take the job.
It's complicated.
Exactly. So why are you trying to simplify it? Look, if you need to take the job, I'll support you.
I
but-
can't let myself love you if I take the job.
Because you'll be traveling a lot? Let me go with you and it'll be the opposite of a turn
You
on.
can't go with me.
Why not?
I can't tell you.
Can you tell me what the job is?
Nope.
Do you shower in red flags?
Let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. You said you have an itemized list of everything you hate.
Yeah, I do. And it's getting pretty lengthy. In fact, I'm thinking about adding another entry right now.
What sort of things are on it?
Baby pictures, waiting 50 minutes for a table, people without an imagination, secrets.
Maybe I should just say no.
I'm fine. Sorry.
Why do you hate baby pictures?
They're depressing, Adam.
Because you grew up?
Because other people stopped caring that I did.
Well, they care.
Not like the good old days. If you look at a baby picture, maybe less so if you're a middle child, but especially if you're the firstborn, your parents are the happiest they've ever been and ever will be. Their grins are huge. So it's depressing to look at that and realize that no matter what you do, it's downhill. Plus, like when you're a kid, everything is cause for reward. Take a step, applause. Move in the proper location, get a cookie. It's just annoying that we lost something along the way. I'd have to cure cancer before anybody would give me a high five.
I think I see the root of it all.
You do.
You're upset. No one will give you a cookie.
Or maybe I just hate him because I was a really fat baby.
That's probably it. You know, come to think of it, there aren't exactly a lot of photos of me around as a kid.
Why not?
Plenty of reasons.
We've been dating for 2 years and still you're giving answers that would not work on Family Feud.
We just don't have a lot of photos lying around. Mom died while having me, so Dad was never really in the photographer's spirit. Like when he was.
Stop, I'm sorry.
Don't sweat it. I don't remember it. Just secondhand information. Can't really get upset about that.
Solomon didn't take pictures of you after he adopted you?
He's not big into smiling.
I think I like this guy.
You get along.
How old is he?
Old.
Maybe I can now work on Jeopardy.
He's like 1,000.
Okay, well, rude.
I think he'd laugh at that.
Wanna play a game?
I'm assuming you're not talking about checkers.
You see that couple over there? They've been waiting for 50 minutes and no one's come by. We're dressed up, we can go take their order.
What? No.
Look at them. They're starving and annoyed, probably about to walk out of the restaurant, and we want this place to stay alive, right? Let's assure that it's their business.
No, please don't.
It'll be fun.
I don't. No, I don't think so.
Not much of a girl, where are you?
Not much of a pretender. We have to go.
Well, we just got
I'm
here.
sorry, Wendy, I'll explain later, but just...
Adam! How are you? Uncle Simeon. What are you doing here?
It's my anniversary with my lovely wife. What are you doing here?
Me? I'm just here with a friend.
I would argue that there are a few too many stars under the sign of this restaurant for that to be true. Would you care to introduce me?
Sure. Wendy, could you come here a moment? Babe, this is my Uncle Simeon.
Enchanté.
Nice to meet you.
Well, we've got to go. So,
And what
Wendy.
is your name?
Sophie,
And how do you know Simeon?
he's my husband.
Okay.
Wendy, let's wait in the car.
Secretive, lying, rushing out with an empty table. You can tell me what's going on, or I can guilt it out of you.
Please, don't tell my father I was here with her.
Why not? What's wrong with her?
What? Nothing. Can you please promise me not to say anything?
Oh, I have the leverage here, kid. Remind yourself of that. What's going on here?
Dad doesn't want me to get attached to him.
Why not?
He doesn't think it's healthy.
Why not?
I have to go.
So help me, Adam.
I'm sorry.
Is our date over?
No, of course not. Which means I have to schedule him Solomon quite soon. I have some questions that he might be able to answer for me.
Now, please don't forget we close in 5 minutes. I'm sorry, sir, but we're just about to close.
Leave the restaurant, but keep the kitchen open. Bring a couple short stacks my way when they're ready. Thanks.
There's something wrong.
Damn right there is, but that's nothing special. Sit down.
Did they change their hours? All this place is usually closed by now.
Special occasion. We have all the time in the world.
No menu? How are you? Okay. What do you have?
Fear and flapjacks, my friend. Fear and flapjacks.
Are you okay?
Look at him. So smug. I asked to have the restaurant to myself, but that fat carcass over there. Won't get up.
Carcass.
What are you, 90? He's almost there.
You can't be older than 70.
Every one of these melted snow cones looks the same to me. 10, 50, 90, doesn't matter. All stupid and grave bound.
I've learned not to prod the angry bear, but I'll press just a little. Why do you want the restaurant to
For
yourself?
privacy! Hell.
What's plaguing you?
23 years, Solomon. How long you been vetting him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Were you gonna tell me? Or are you just going to kill me like you killed Enoch and make the next guy do it?
I would never do that to
I
you.
never thought you'd die either, Solomon, but suddenly your son is afraid to fall in love because you might castrate him for it?
I've lived a long life, Simeon. Surely you knew this day would come.
This has to be some kind of joke. We've been at this for a millennium now, and you want out? Why?
Let's not quibble.
This isn't quibbling, you want to die!
Oh, dear.
Get out.
That's exactly why I was afraid to tell you.
Well, thanks. That sure helped, didn't it? Solomon, you have no idea what happens after we
I
die.
understand.
So you understand that I would never see you again. Not ever. You're okay with this?
I've made my peace, and I'm done.
You barely warned me.
We can take years to process this. Adam has agreed to accept it on his 30th birthday. If you'll allow it.
I won't.
7 years is a long time.
For them! For the houseflies! We aren't them. We're gods. And you're pissing that away because you're tired? Moving from one eternity to the next?
A better eternity.
Even if it is, what happens if you get sick of that one?
I'll face that wave when the tide comes in. Please, sit down and talk with me.
Why him?
Because I raised him for this. Adam will do great things as the next Elion. He's young and passionate like I used to be.
We're both tired and old, Solomon. Just because you actually look like a codger doesn't make you any worse than I am. But I'm not complaining. I'm ready to go for the next 1,000 years.
Yes, but to you, this place is Elysium. To me, it's hell.
Hell. Right. We watched the Crusades, Solomon. And you're telling me that today, when you can get your televisions, your condoms, your exotic fruit, and your bicycles in the same store, that's hell? There was literally nothing better than what we have today.
Except for maybe heaven?
You don't know it's there.
Do you take issue with Adam?
He is not the issue. The world is a battleground. And now instead of having a veteran by my side, you're asking me to be sent into war with a Doberman in camouflage. And I'm supposed to be just as content. All of our jokes, our memories, those will be gone. He doesn't inherit those.
Yes, but he offers opportunities to create new ones. You and I have had years of disagreements, and we've overcome them. And now we're stronger than we ever have been.
I thought so too.
This is not personal. I saw the fall of an Abaddon. It was only a matter of time before you chose your Elion.
You were my Elion.
It was. Now I request that you consider Adam.
So that's what you think will happen? You'll be gone. Up comes the bright-eyed little brat. I mean, he can be 30 or 80 or 300, but to me he'll always be a child. An infant bowing to the foot of a mountain. You think I could be friended? You think you could be my companion? Solomon, we are not bound by personality, but by circumstance. Not a soul shares our experiences. Together we've seen empires breathe and crumble. We watched the Black Death rip across our home and take our friends and loved ones. We've witnessed the rise of 100 generations and the birth of a new world. What will Adam have seen? Rise of internet porn? He clamors with the key to watching his friends get written into the opening chapters of history textbooks. I'm going to be laughing. I'll laugh alone. So I haven't made myself clear. I will say this. Living in a world without you would be living in hell.
You think you'd live in hell without me?
Go through worse to make you stay.
I'm not asking to die today, Simeon. But soon. 7 years is plenty of time to say goodbye.
Maybe for the houseflies. Not for us. Look, we've been kissing the skin around the juicy stuff, but let's dive right in. You and I are bound until murder do us part. Because you can only die if I let you. I'm not going to let you. For all these years of blissful matrimony, you beg me now for the great divorce. Go ahead and file the papers, Solomon, but I'm not going to be signing them.
Do you honestly think that you're anything but a few bad phone calls from standing in my place? That you're immune from all this?
Immune from what? Cowardice? conceit.
Understanding the truth. I am sailing across a vast but gentle sea to a land that has called my name since the day I was born. I have walked this earth for as long as my legs have agreed to carry me, but now the land behind me burns and I am ready to depart.
Poetry is your crutch. If you have a question, ask it outright.
You have anchored me to the shore for centuries, but my odyssey must begin. I can drag you in or I can cut you loose. The choice is yours, but a decision must be made.
Ask it!
Let me die.
No. Is lunch ready?
Almost. How was work?
Not done. Broke the sickle.
Sorry to hear that.
When you're finished in here, I have a few jobs for you.
All right.
I need you to get a spare sickle from the attic.
What else?
I noticed there's some moss growing on Elizabeth's grave. Feels disrespectful, but I'm a little too busy to handle it myself. Can you take care of it?
Sure.
I love that dress, by the way. Color fits you like a glove.
Thank you.
You're not eating?
I'm not hungry.
No, here, eat. You didn't have breakfast this morning or dinner last night.
I'm not hungry,
But you need to
Simeon.
eat. You've got the food to go around. Thank you. Gotta eat, you know. If you don't, your stomach shrivels up. By the time you feel up to it, you can't hardly fit 2 bites in without throwing it all back up.
I know how it works.
I'm just looking out for you because I love you.
Mama moved. Did I tell you that?
What? Where to?
Chicago.
What for?
The letter didn't say much. It was scribbled all scratchy and quick. Maybe she was trying to get away from ghosts. There's a lot of memories around here.
Well, homes have ghosts. You won't be able to find one without a smelly history.
I know, but it hurt her to see the ground Dad used to walk on. She needed to get away.
Go visit her. I mean, after the harvest, we'll go visit
We're
her.
months out from that.
No choice.
I can go by myself. I'll be back in a week. I have to make sure she's settled.
We can discuss it later.
We can discuss it later. Has your tongue gotten tired of flexing that
I
muscle?
mean it. We can talk about it later tonight.
You said we would talk about the house, and we never did. Our restaurant, the Graves, when will those
Don't start with the Graves!
I started it, and now you have to finish it.
They stay.
It isn't about them staying. It's about us staying. Every day, I cook your meals, and I look out the window to stare at the headstones of women you loved, women you kissed and touched and slept with in that room, in that bed. You carved my name on the tree out there like you did with all of the others. How could you think that could be anything but insulting? I do not want to share you, Simeon, and I don't want to walk in their fossilized footsteps.
What do you want then?
You! I want you! Do you still love them? Those bodies buried in our yard. God, no one has to ask that but me. No! You can love more than one person, and I have to know if I'm only getting half of your attention.
It's only you.
I'm getting your sickle so you can go back to work. fake?
None of it.
How much of it was a replication? How long have you made me play the role of Simeon's wife without even considering what I want?
I'm a man of habit, okay? If I find a shirt I like, I'll buy 5, maybe 10. I'll fill my closet with the same damn button down because I found something in which I feel comfortable. And why the hell would I wear clothes in which I didn't? And once every few decades, I meet a gem amongst the very rugged people. Someone who reminds me what it's like to feel alive. I love very deeply, Sylvie. I know that you know that. When I meet someone I like, I do not let go.
You don't get to be a man of habit, not with me. I have to change. I have to age. I have to learn, and I have to die. You don't get to be a man of habit when the habit you've fallen into is ignoring your wife.
Why do you care about them? They're dead!
Why do you care about them? They are dead.
They were my wives, just like you are. We got married. Did I ask you to forget about your family or your past? No, I embraced it.
My baggage was carry-on. You brought a whole plane behind you. But I sacrificed for you. I changed for you.
What do you want me to do?
Love me now. Treat me like the person whose dreams you love, whose ideas and flaws you love. Treat me like Sophie and no one else. Where are you going?
The attic is getting cluttered. Maybe it's time I freed up some space.
What are you doing with them?
Why don't you go grab yourself some marshmallows? We're gonna have a little fire.
Excuse me. Could I bother you for a moment? Would you take my coat?
It's well below freezing, dear. I really do think you should keep it on.
It'll only be for a moment, please.
I don't think I understand why you do. Wait.
There's a letter in my coat pocket addressed to my family. The address is on the front of the envelope. Please deliver it to them and tell them what happened.
What happened?
I jumped.
May I stand up there next to you?
You can't pull me down.
My dear, I would never dream of it.
Then why would you want to join me?
I imagine I feel rather alone up there right now. I don't want you to fall that way. So if you have my word that I will not touch you, may I stand beside you these next few minutes?
Do you want me to jump?
My dear, of course I don't. But I'll never do a thing to stop you.
Who are you?
A friend.
It's a long way down from here.
That's the idea.
Do you want me to jump with you?
What?
I hear that when you're falling, every second feels like an hour. I imagine you might want some company on the way down.
Why would you want to die?
Because I hate Mondays a good enough answer.
I'm not the best girl to be asking what's justified and what isn't.
What about you? Are you afraid?
Do you want an itemized list?
My dear, you don't owe me anything.
I was gonna get the gold.
What?
I was training to be the best gymnast that ever touched a mat. Every day, every hour, I'd be practicing. My hands and feet looked like beads, but it didn't matter because I was working towards something. It was going to be my career and my livelihood, my passion. Then I broke.
What happened?
I fell from too high and landed wrong. Sent my kneecap straight up into my hip. Everything I had ever worked for disappeared in an instant. You're probably going to insist that things get better from here to talk me down, aren't you?
Things do get better, and they also get worse. Right now, you are at the bottom of a vicious cycle. Your decision today should not be made by fear of the valley, but by knowledge of the mountains. What do you think is the happiest day of your life?
I don't know.
Think through the clouds. Conjure up a fantasy or a memory. Happiest day of your life. Has it already happened, or is it yet to come?
When I was 6 years old, my family vacationed at the beach. This was before training, before dreams, before thinking about anything other than what was right in front of me. I was just reacting to everything. We walked on the sand, and I can remember the sound of the waves crashing in. And I remember my sister and I saw gemstones sparkling in the water. We broke away from Mom and Dad and fell to our knees to try and dig it out of the sand. But every time we tried, waves would knock us down and cover up the holes we had dug. But we kept laughing, and we didn't stop because when we finally pulled it out of the sand, we realized that it wasn't a gemstone after all. It was a glass bottle. But when I held it up, my sister yelled, "We're freaking rich!" She would not stop calling it a gemstone. Still in her room, on her shelf. When I think back on everything, that is the happiest I've ever been.
What about the worst day of your life? Has it happened, or will it come?
When I broke.
Your sister, where's she?
She's at work.
How do you think she'll take the news?
Well, if I have it my way, I won't have to think about it.
But you wrote her a letter. You care what she thinks.
I'm just terrified of their lives. They deserve closure. This will give them closure.
Do you honestly believe that?
No. I guess I don't. But I still need the letter delivered.
Of course.
What was that for?
You didn't need it anymore.
My letter was in there!
Why should that matter?
Because I need to say goodbye!
If you're afraid of leaving a world that will miss having your words in it, then perhaps that letter is the only thing that should take that dive today.
I don't know what to do.
Neither do I. Whichever way you go, you'll not go alone. Your eyes dry, so that you may see the path before you.
What if there isn't one?
That question is for you alone to decide. Down there is the river that will take you away. And here the road that will lead you home. Whichever way you go, you will not fall alone.
You're a fat baby.
Incorrect.
I'm holding the evidence in my hands.
That's you.
Fat chance, fat baby, fat Adam.
Whatever.
Hey, I'm not judging you. Because it looks like you've really turned your life around since then. Baby biggest loser. Can I borrow your imagination?
You know we're careful with that thing.
I know, but can we pretend something's real for a minute?
When?
Please. What if I told you I was pregnant?
Are you?
No, it's just, what would you do if I told you we were having a baby girl? How would you decorate her room?
Wendy, you know why we can't have kids. Please don't make me entertain this.
I'm dying. Check your priorities.
Pink's a little in your face, so might do a blue. A light blue.
That'd be nice.
I think so too.
But eventually she'll outgrow it. What happens when she wants it painted green?
I'll paint it green.
What if 6 months after that she wanted it painted gray?
I'll only have so much paint.
What about the month after? The week after? The next day?
Wendy.
When wouldn't it be worth the effort to see how she smiled? I want to go on vacation.
Now's not a good time.
More the reason to go.
It wouldn't be smart. But hey, when you're stronger, we'll go anywhere you want. You gotta rest for now.
What if I don't eat it this time?
You will.
I want to go places.
Like where?
Hong Kong, Venice, Sydney.
Those are expensive trips.
We're already over our heads in debt. Why not dig ourselves a little deeper just for this occasion?
You have to consider that we'll need the money. Baby, you know that.
I don't know. Can we just pretend?
Why?
Please. What if I got better today? Whoosh, hair popped out of my head and flowed down to my ankles like Rapunzel. I gained 50 pounds, got some of my organs back. What would be the first thing we do?
I'd take you to dinner and you could eat anything.
And it wouldn't taste like metal.
We'd drive to the airport, get on a plane.
To go where?
That sounds good.
Take me to Italy.
We fly to Italy. It's a cramped flight. There's a screaming baby behind us.
Don't put the screaming baby in the family seat.
The screaming man behind us.
That's horrifying.
But then you turn around and give him the stuffed animal you brought with you, and you cheer him right up.
That's better.
When we land, we get off the plane, and immediately we're hit with the smell of Alfredo and wine. A gaggle of mimes approaches us, pretending.
Mine's in French.
A gaggle of imported mimes approaches us, and they pretend to build a wall between you and me. But I break free, and I punch a mime right in the face.
This isn't my ideal vacation at all.
We jump out of the airport and into a speedboat, racing away.
I love you.
We crash land into a barber shop to get that Rapunzel hair taken care of before we go. We have a picnic at the Coliseum, and we find another river because Italy's full of them, and float down the middle on our backs for a long, long time.
Is that it?
For now. I don't know how we're getting home, though. The mimes will place a bounty on us.
That's okay. It's just pretend.
How are you feeling?
I can't remember, Sumi.
Remember what?
Our restaurant. I'm trying, but I just can't remember. What did we call it?
Ours. We called it ours.
Why did we stop?
Not every good thing lasts forever.
Will you remarry me?
Oh, Sophie. You're unlike anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
Don't lie to me, not
I
now.
haven't lied to you. I never have. You are an anomaly, and I am blessed to be in your presence right now. No one else exists outside of us, okay? You won't exist again. Only now, not forever. When you're gone, scent will fade from my memory, taste will slip from my tongue. Right now I can see you. I can hold you, laugh with you, and you have more than enough to fill this hollow man. Maybe the universe was created on accident. Maybe stardust kissed the planet, made a spark, and brought it all to life. Life didn't have to be funny. It didn't have to be smart or kind or beautiful, and yet here you are. The universe was crafted with careful fingers, and they spent the most time molding you. I am indebted to their skill. And I see the hands that those hands made. When I blink, you'll be gone. I will hold my eyelids open. I'll take in dust and dirt, and it will burn, but I will not let myself blink. Because if I was given this moment for some great celestial reason, or perhaps no reason at all, I cannot bear to squander the life that Providence or proper chance has brought me.
You remember when we danced? Go to the ballroom above the jazz club and waltz until your feet got sore. And then we danced for an hour more. You'd be in bed for days afterwards.
I could never forget.
You will lie.
Have you ever said those things to anyone else?
Oh, my love. It's only you.
It is always a tragic thing to remove a painter from his work before he is finished. A canvas nearly filled with beautiful colors, images brought to life in gold and blue and green. There, in the corner, is a spot that the artist couldn't reach before he departed. It is blank, white, vacant. We may always wonder what sort of masterpiece could have covered that stretch of the canvas. In a way, our friend was a painter, and everything that she touched was her canvas. She filled her life and the lives of countless others with the most magnificent colors, but unfortunately, she left the spot blank, as everyone always does. Who knows what she could have gone on to do if given just a little bit more time. Maybe she could have gone on to be president, or an astronaut, or accidentally famous. Who knows? What I ask of you today is to not focus on that spot. Although distracting, that white spot is empty and has no business being considered part of the painting at all. What really matters is the rest of it. The parts of your life that she blessed us with living. And it was a masterpiece. Thank you.
It was a beautiful speech.
She wasn't a painter. Did he even know Sophie? Adam couldn't make it.
He could. He didn't. Sophie was an amazing woman, Sydney. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Please don't use that word.
Loss?
Was.
I'm sorry.
I saw a movie last night.
Yeah? Which one?
The theater was showing It's a Wonderful Life for a few days. Not really my favorite, but it was just the right chords to elicit some nostalgia.
We saw the one together, didn't we?
We did.
1946?
Sure.
Was it a remake?
No. Same old monochrome picture.
It's good.
They're showing it again for a few more days.
Is that so?
I'd be willing to go again.
I'm sorry, I'm a little busy at the moment.
You haven't offended me. Figured that would be the case.
It's Adam. He needs my help.
Don't worry about it. You're the hero of this story.
Let me know when something else is out.
Something is out every day.
Let's go soon.
You're all I've got now. You do know that, right?
You'll remarry.
I just lost my wife.
You always do.
This time was different. She was different.
You said that about Anne and Elizabeth and Madeline.
What do you want from me?
I just want you to acknowledge the cycle.
She was different!
Let me know if you need anything.
Solomon.
What?
Are you leaving?
I'm sorry for your loss, Simeon. But you need a few more pillars beneath you if you even want to begin to claim to be independent.
What is happening to you?
I'm trying to escape the cycle.
Is that why you seem so disgusted with me?
To be honest, I don't know what I think of you.
I know what to think of you.
I'm still here, Simeon. I'm just tired of watching you repeat yourself. Make friends who won't get bored of you.
How can I have friends?
Why do I have to teach you this every time you lose someone?
Because I still live in the world of man. Sure, they're all pretty snowflakes. They're different. They're unique. But if you look close enough or long enough at one to notice its originality, it melts in your hands. Sometimes it's even your own admiring breath that kills them. I need you. We're not like them. We're different.
No, we're not. We're just snowmen.
This character you're playing. Is that how you want to be remembered?
You have no suggestions for a better role.
Solomon the wise, Solomon the brave, Solomon the constant. You exist. You are complexity. But gone, you are nothing but a memory that demands to be labeled so the brain can retain it. Retain you. For all of your life, you could be. You could be, and then suddenly you were.
I don't give a damn.
You don't care about your legacy?
Legacies are fruitless when left on the shoulders of unmemorable men. Why devote your life to something that will crumble to sand as it leaves your grasp?
I'm not going anywhere.
Then you have made a mistake. You put your faith in the wilting flowers and they betrayed you. So instead, you turn to lock roots with the mighty oak. But the unfortunate truth is coming. The oak still falls.
This one doesn't have to.
It will.
What are you gonna do if Adam changes his mind?
He won't.
So then where is the man? Mourning? Drinking it up in some rat hole downtown with a dozen other men whose wives couldn't stand
Let
them?
it go, Simeon.
He's starting to doubt the gift you're giving misery. Now that he knows the truth.
Stop.
Now that he knows if he exists. So that you can die and burden him with the very thing that's always pained you.
Leave him alone.
It'd be funny though, for us to battle over his soul. That said, it's easy for me to suggest that, because if we both get an ear to talking to, he might just go deaf in yours.
He'll come around when he sees the truth.
What truth? You wanted to die for years, and he will sniff out your hypocrisy. Give me an hour with him, and I guarantee the seeds you planted will die among thorns.
One day, you will kill me. And if you wish to spend one more second together before I'm cold, Adam will fade out of your mind. You will not touch him. You will not speak to him. You will not convince him of your truth or mine. Is that understood?
I don't think he needs me to tell him. Everyone gets force-fed excrement throughout their lives. Adam seems smart enough to stop eating on his own.
The preservation of our friendship is your #1 priority, then I suggest that you leave. Adam's mind is not yours to change.
Because it belongs to you.
Goodbye, Simeon.
You're running out of room on your canvas! Might be time to start painting something prettier than this.
Come on. You can do it. Almost there.
I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh.
Stronger men have done more than that.
Why do we have to fly halfway across the world for this? We have mountains in America. We have pain in America.
I wanted to show it to you.
Show me what?
Home.
This is where you grew up?
I was born in this valley down here. Spent my first 300 years here. And I was never bored.
Not sure how you could be with this view.
There's beauty pouring out the seams here. There's always something to look at, something to marvel. Just down there, that's where the lepers' village used to stand. That's where I first met Simeon.
Really?
The Abaddon who came before him was a vicious man. And in order to protect the ones that I loved, I had to remove him from his throne. I carried the gift for years, fearing that whoever received it next would be worse than Enoch. Then I met a soul more deserving than anyone. I was walking in the marketplace one day, just down there, where the city used to stand. A woman approached me, claiming she knew what I could do. Her request was simple enough. Deliver a letter to her husband in the leper's village. No one dared tread that way for fear of becoming one themselves. But that was of no concern to me, so I rode off to deliver her message. 100 hands reached for me, feeling soft, healthy skin for the first time in years. And I did not fear them, and so they felt loved. I searched among them until I found a man in the corner of the village, nearly crumpled to dust. He was seated upon a pile of parchment. 59 letters. He had written his wife 59 letters but feared that they would never reach her. I lowered myself to my knees before him and handed him his wife's letter. He read every word hungrily, desperate for more. And then he begged me to deliver his letters back to his wife. And I refused. When he asked me why I would not, I told him he should deliver them himself.
Your body's parchment. Mine's stone.
Simeon and I went back every week to care for them. You can see it all from here. The history, love, the blood. Every place like this is a mountain. Each spot has their stories to be told and songs to be sung. Every woman you meet is a mountain. Listen to her tales. Babies are born, and their babies are born, and you can see it all from up here. Don't you want that?
Don't you?
I do. But I've had my day in court.
What happened to the lepers?
Same thing that always happens. People wanted the land, and they burned them to the ground to get it.
Does it ever feel unfair to you?
Life is unfair, Adam. And I'm sorry that you got the short stick of that. I won't lie to you. In your life, you will see many instances of cruelty, the cards being poorly stacked. There will never be a sunset that is not prefaced by suffering. But that does not mean that joy is an impossibility. You must find balance.
How? You couldn't!
Death is more than an escape from suffering, Adam. You must understand that life is full of constants and variables, things that change and stay the same in every story. Pain, death, those are constants. They never change or go away, and everyone meets them eventually. Justice? Now it's a variable. Some people get it, and others do not. And what of love, do you think?
I don't know.
Love is a variable. Not everyone gets it. Some do. Lucky. And in all the years that we have lived, we have felt love. Love our family, our spouses, and our friends, and our world. Just in the few years that you've been alive, you have felt more love than some will see in their entire lives. Trust me. I've seen millions live without it and die just the same. Death isn't special, Adam. It's a constant. But love, that's something.
I can't do it, Dad.
Do what?
What you want me to do?
Of course you can.
How many funerals have you been to? Can you even count that high?
You will adapt.
Everything I've ever touched has left me in the end. My parents are dead. Wendy's gone. This world is burning away. So why would I wrap my hands around it?
You operate under the false assumption that my life is only suffering. I do feel everything quite deeply. I don't just watch people die like you say that I do. Watch them live. I get to see them take their first breaths and their first steps. I get to go to their wedding and see the birth of their first child, and the cycle continues. While their loss is always painful, it is prefaced by every wonderful moment of their life that I got to witness first. You should be proud of that, excited for it.
I don't want to watch you die, Dad.
Death is a constant, Adam. I am not.
outside?
What? You should have told me you were coming.
Well, I had fun, but it seems like the phone lines got hit by laziness and capitalism. Have you not been paying your bills?
I don't need a phone.
Maybe I would say I'm surprised your family let you collapse in on yourself like this, but I do know your father. Sheesh. You're both basket cases if the baskets were on fire and filled with grenades.
What do you want to talk about?
I came to give you a proper goodbye.
Well, you already did that. Remember, it was in the envelope with the divorce papers in the dining room.
That was a different kind of goodbye.
What's this?
It's back. And I think it got tired of coming back, so this time it brought reinforcements. Whatever is in me is actually most of me, so this will be the last time I tell you that it's back. They gave me 3 months. If I went in for treatment, it'd be like 3 months and 5 days, but that's... The world is big. And if I were charting out everything I've seen like a pioneer in a foreign land, my map would be a single blot of ink on an endless canvas. So I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I have a big imagination, Adam, because I've had to living out here. I imagine myself getting lost in the corridors of an ancient castle, or watching the sunset over the Arctic tundra, or climbing the pyramids, but I don't want to die a pretender.
Where are you going?
Everywhere, while I still have the time. There are worlds I have to see with my own eyes. I can't hear about them from Solomon or be shown pictures of them by you. I have to see them.
Why? The memories you make, no one will share them with you.
I'm doing this for me.
Wouldn't you rather spend these last few months with the people who care about you? Going anywhere would be pointless.
Everything is pointless, Adam. That's why it doesn't matter if I spend my last few minutes starting a book or learning how to cross stitch. It's about the trip.
I thought I proved him wrong.
Who?
Dad. My whole life preached to me that emotions are just the first stages of pain, so that our role is an impersonal one. So loving you would be a mistake, because you would end, and I wouldn't. When we were together, I truly believed it would be worth it.
Do you not think it was worth
It
it?
ended.
Would you be saying that if the cancer had killed me? You'd rather I died a tragic death than live to leave
No,
you?
that's not what I meant.
You were a mistake, Adam. Not for me. You were better than I could have ever dreamed of.
Then why don't you come home?
I can't.
Please.
One door closed and another open.
We're family.
Exactly, Adam. We're family, and that means I'll die for you, but it doesn't mean I'll fight for you. I went to the planetarium last week. It closes at 5 o'clock, and I left the house at 3, so I didn't know if I would get there in time to see everything before the lights shut off. But I went, and I'm glad I did. As soon as I paid, I rushed through the exhibits to get to the telescope. It's amazing that we can look up from this little rock and see Saturn, isn't it? And the curator even told me that one day the sun will expand, like one of those red giants. Or maybe it'll even go supernova and we'll get eaten whole. Did you know that? But then he said, while it may be interesting, that it shouldn't bother us, because it's still millions of years away, and well, Yellowstone's a supervolcano that might blow at any second anyways, and nobody's talking about that because we can't control it. And if we're not scared of the more imminent death of Earth, why would we shudder at the thought of the end of the solar system? And besides, even with Yellowstone, it still might be a million years before doomsday, so that's not a problem, because before the Earth dies, humanity will. Wars, pollution, the cancer rate keeps going up, and medicine can't stop any of this. If it could, doctors might live one day longer than the rest of us on average, but they don't. So it's 4:30. I'm reminded of the planet's eventual ascension into galactic flame. And do you know what I do? I go across the street to get myself ice cream because Cold Stone closes at 5.
Wyman,
What?
sorry.
Sorry?
Everything.
Okay.
Thanks.
Prager.
Wait!
Let me go.
What are you talking about?
I could take you anywhere you want to go, and when you're weak, I could carry you. Just let me go.
You have to watch me die.
But I get to watch you live. The seconds between now too precious to ignore. I'll waste another second. What sounds good?
Take me to Italy?
Sorry about the cold. I welcomed you into my home, but the ice storm raked apart my ceiling. Ever since the first sheet settled down, I was struggling to keep the roof up. Just patchwork needed here and there. Until that's done, going indoors can't be classified as going indoors. This held up though, so when you agreed to meet with me, I made sure it was warm for us.
You did?
I tried.
We've seen Siberian winters warmer than this.
I can handle the cold. It's all this ice that's getting me down. Came slowly and got thicker with every sheet until it came to this.
Your tree seems to struggle under the weight.
She survived worse.
What is this place?
You never been here before?
No.
This is Anne's chapel. Yeah, built it after I married her to help her feel more at home. She didn't like being out of the city much, but then again, my wives rarely ever do.
Maybe you should stop marrying city girls.
I think I might have a type. Yeah, she'd come out here almost every night to pray. She knew I didn't believe, and that I didn't lay the bricks for anything more important than her, but she loved it just the same.
The window. Did you make that?
I had it made. One of those things done sarcastically that everybody thanks you for.
What's the story?
It's a presentation of Christ to Simeon, the immortal, faithful man who waited. God let him live long enough to meet someone, so he spent his entire life in anticipation of that beautiful collision of souls. I made this half as a joke, saying that God was keeping me alive until I found the perfect woman. And then I'd tell them I finally had.
Then?
Anne.
Well, Simeon does have a nice story, though I've always preferred Solomon's.
Even he can't lay a finger on ours, huh? It's almost humorous, watching them bargain with concrete blocks and colored glass. And we know that there's really nothing but us and them. Hell, if anyone deserves to be frescoed on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, it's the people in this room right now.
What have we done?
Fed the hungry, won wars, saved lives.
And everyone we saved, where'd they go?
They're gone.
Now what?
Save somebody else. Our job is never done.
Our job is never done.
Is that not exciting?
Do you forget their faces, Simeon?
Some. I can only retain so much.
You don't remember them? The people we've loved and lost?
There have been many.
It was true, and I envy your excuse. You unload your memories as if they meant nothing, while I bear all of mine. Every kiss, every tear, every step in every trip. And because I remember when things were perfect, I cannot help but weep when they are not.
And was it ever perfect?
When it was new. How long can we endure like this?
I didn't want to discuss this today.
Why else would I have come? Please, take my hands and let me go.
I can't.
You're the only one who can.
I understand that I haven't done enough for you as a friend. I've consumed and I've taken. And I fear that you do not wish to leave me, but that you feel you must escape me. If your decision is a product of my failing, I beg you now for the chance to repent. If there's anything I can do at all, let me.
None of this is about you.
We're all that we have. Let me serve you. Let me
Enough!
I can help you!
Everything you offer falls short. Your prophets, your philosophers, your glowing beloveds and Colosseum bloodbaths. When will you realize there is no peace for us here? We have tasted everything, and yet we starve. We've seen miracles, and yet we are blind. What are you grasping at that doesn't feel like air?
You.
When I leave you, you shrivel. Admit that, and tell me also that you are strong. Loving or hating you would be holding on to you, so I have to let you go.
So then what do you think of me?
I don't.
Solomon.
In order to justify taking up space in a world hungry for it, we must atone with something greater than ourselves. Some men crawl to substance. I've seen many cling to family, friends, or faith when the floodwaters come. But you crawl to me. Why should I heed your wisdom? Because when you crawl to me on bleeding hands and knees, I don't see a man with answers. I don't see a man who should be listened to, bargained with, or pitied. Because I don't see a man.
You're nothing like I thought you were.
Good.
Why does everyone always leave?
Why do you stay? It's time. Kill me.
No.
Kill me. No!
Kill me! No! What was that?
Your treatment. The ice was weighted down.
Where?
On the tombstones. Remember how they fall. Remember what that sounds like.
Solomon.
When you are ready, you may call for me. But until that day, goodbye, Sam.
Bring him to me. Solomon, welcome home. How was your swim?
Enoch! How long was I in the water?
You made the mistakes of a boy, but you're far beyond a man. Do you seek redemption?
I do. But not from you.
Why do you resist?
We are not gods, Enoch.
We might as well be. What did you think about my friend? You've had a long time to reflect.
How long was I in there?
I must admit, I am impressed. A lesser man would have lost it after the first 3 days, but you still speak to me after 2 years among the fish.
Why have you done this to me?
Did you forget? You were my friend, Solomon, so choosing a new Elion would be disappointing. But I am prepared to take it from you and do so. All it would take is a simple
I'm sorry.
Good. Now, do you remember why I threw you in there? Did your brain gather barnacles?
When did you become cruel?
Good men don't become cruel. Cruel men stop pretending. I have a legion of soldiers lined up outside of these walls, and I need someone to command them. You and I cannot be stopped. They worship us.
You are not a god.
Then let us ascend and I will become one. Will you join me?
How many people have to die?
Every person who swings a sword in our direction. But everyone who doesn't, who lays down their arms, they live.
Enoch, please, just let me go.
You cannot escape this, Solomon. You are my friend. I will give you no more than 2 options. 1, repent to me and stand by my side, or I will choose the new Elion. These storms will pass, I assure you. Have you made your decision?
I have, Enoch.
And which of the 2 have you chosen?
Neither.
Who is it?
Sad.
Come in.
Haven't seen you in weeks.
Look, guys. Consider yourself special. Sorry I missed the funeral.
Consider a seat.
Touche. I wish it, in the end, think anyone would describe it as graceful. We were together, and after all the time we spent apart, I was enough.
You on something? Just lost your best friend and you still seem happy.
Controversial statement. I lost Wendy months ago. I never thought I could speak to her again or see her face outside the pictures on the walls. So everything she said to me was a miracle because in a way she's already dead.
You humans, you worship death.
They run from it.
I see no difference.
Is that a problem? Most people think that death gives meaning to life. Everything we do because we're afraid that the sky's falling or that we're gonna leave something undone before it hits the ground.
Garbage thoughts.
Why?
You've got 50 good years of marriage ahead of you. Why would you screw your bride on the wedding night? Because it isn't about the end of things. People have this need to create and change. It's primarily coded as carnality. If you don't act unless there's a fire under your ass, maybe you should spend less time worrying about the meaninglessness of life and learn to clench your cheeks tight enough to make a spark so you can ignite a flame every time you pass some gas. Death doesn't bring meaning to life, it just closes the book.
Solomon sure did a number on you, didn't he?
Shut up.
Why don't you ask him to help you, Freeman?
Can't help.
Well, can't or won't.
Can't help and he won't try. He and I are different than I thought we were. Maybe the stories about us were all true.
What stories?
Legend has it the devil himself fashioned a champion out of dirt. Someone to obey his will for generations. A constant source of havoc on earth. And God, he saw this and put forth his own. God named his child Elion, the devil made Abaddon, chief demon, eternally cursed to engage in dubious battle with God's servant on this mortal plane. He seemed like rubbish to me. Maybe there's a nugget of truth buried inside.
You're not evil.
I beg to differ.
I mean it, though. I've known you my whole life, and you're nothing like a devil. Dad loves you like a brother, and I saw how well you treated so.
What's your point?
Maybe the next Elion won't have to fight you. Maybe he'll be family.
Don't you see that this life is full of suffering?
It's only one side of the coin.
You lost Wendy days ago. How can you say that?
Because she mattered. Even if it ended, even if she walked away, she mattered. Everything does.
Are we the only solid men among ghosts?
We're all ghosts. So it shouldn't destroy us if one of us disappears because, in a way, we were already gone.
So, when Solomon leaves,
Well, you've been doing lots before. I have no doubt in my mind you can do it again.
the words that constitute goodbye will always escape me. Even if I wanted to do it, man, even if I had my hands at his throat, goodbye would escape me. How do you do it?
Well, this isn't the first time you've lost someone.
Before now, what have you done to cope?
Simple answer is this, kid. I don't cope. Never have. When you lose someone you love, you'll try and recreate them in the faces of strangers. Oh, hey, she looks an awful lot like Sophie. Oh, she's got Maria's laugh, Elizabeth's hips. It's never quite the same. Always off, always bootlegged. You'll find parts of them, but you'll never be able to recreate them into someone lovable ever again. To be fair, you'll meet other unique people. People you won't compare to them just because they're so different. You can look forward to that. But as always, though, end up decomposing as well. All the while you having a crow's foot on your face.
You always seem happy.
Nothing changes except your ability to fake a smile. Don't let the Dalai Lama fool you, kid. Enlightenment is a kick in the balls.
But you keep getting remarried.
It always ends the same way, doesn't it? Fistfuls of dirt.
Sounds like you need a drink.
I can't get drunk anymore.
Well, I'm going to need one if I have to keep listening to you talk.
I didn't ask you to come, you know.
Thought you might want the company. Was I wrong?
Would have preferred your father's.
Yeah. He's gone. And he won't look at you unless you're slitting his throat while he does it. So now, you have me.
What do you think you would do if I killed you? Right now? Would you look for a replacement?
I don't think you'd ever speak to you. So, much to gain from that.
You are the personification of finding hair in your food.
You used to like me before Solomon told me.
Like you fine, kid. It's just that your face is on a board that I'd very much like to see go Hindenburg.
You don't hate humans, do you?
Adam, I'm human. The answer is no. However, I hate being in a symbiotic relationship with pompous assholes. You're like worms after a rainstorm, forcing me to step over you on the sidewalk that I built. Or like flies are to cows, if the flies were all raging racist rapists. Sure, they're not bothering me often. I need them, but God, am I stuck to them?
Do you want to know what I think?
Not particularly.
I think you've searched too long for peaceful gardens. Plant your garden and be peaceful. Don't expect to wait out Solomon's full shoulder at it. He's got patience where everyone else has hunger.
I'm not trying to wait it out.
You can't change his mind either. This is the guy who leaves parties an hour before everybody else because he's terrified of overstaying his welcome. You can't convince him to stay.
I'm not trying to convince him to stay.
Then what are you waiting for?
Maria was my 17th wife. We were married during a time in Europe when sickness paved the streets with bodies instead of stone. Everyone would step over them for as long as they could, but eventually the plague would ask you to join them. For a while, I thought that we would outlast the shadowy time. Then she started coughing. I ignored it for as long as I could. Because I wasn't afraid of catching ill myself, I'd lie in bed beside her. She'd shake the bedpost with her coughing. It became so harsh and bloody and violent that I had to move into the other room to sleep. The day I made the decision, she stopped walking. The doctor said she had weeks to live at most, but even that would be filled with suffering beyond imagination. Upon hearing this, she begged for me to end it all. But I couldn't do it. Goodbye escaped me. She would cough and she would bleed and she would wheeze, and I could hear it all from the other room. Damn it, she just wouldn't die. Watching her was hell, and I was already sacrificing 40 years of my life with her. Why lose another day? came into her room in the middle of the night. She didn't speak, she didn't say a word, she really took my hands, brought them to her throat. I resisted for as long as I could, but eventually it was all I could do. She coughed, she wheezed. And then she didn't. Because I let her go.
Did you love her?
More than anything.
Listen to me now, Simeon. We've got a long future before us. If it matters to you, I'm not coughing.
Finishing a book?
Beginning one. Have you missed me?
I haven't spoken in 3 months. Of course I have.
But you're learning to survive without me.
Have you brought me here?
I've decided to make one final plea.
Or else?
If you cannot change the end of this conversation, there's no point in trying to change it.
There's no need in trying.
There absolutely is. Every word that I speak is my goodbye. Your only decision is whether or not you say it back.
This truly is your final hours, Solomon. Let's look back. Proud of yourself?
Any man who boasts of a spotless life isn't looking hard enough.
Would you change anything?
Everything.
Me?
I gave everything that I had, but I haven't been happy 900 years. Giving and exuding and providing is not joyful. Joy is joyful and it demands to be spread. It took me too long to separate the two.
You're lonely. That's why you want to die. Companionship is the only cure to loneliness. If there were any other, do you think we would have found out by now?
I think that I have. You can love without needing. That choice, not the desperation. That's what makes it special.
I drop you on a mountaintop. It has the most beautiful view in the world. You can see the curvature of the earth. But you're all alone. No one's coming, and no one ever will. Are you happy?
I could think it's beautiful.
There's no joy without affirmation.
Is that why you're always so miserable? You cannot appreciate what you have without being told to do so?
Yeah. Can we pretend for one moment what it would be like if you abandoned this fatal crusade?
What would be the point of that?
Just do it for me. 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
Okay.
I think I might be hitting the road after all this.
Forever?
Maybe there isn't a forever, but for a lifetime at least. Will you come visit me?
I don't want to see you unless it's a goodbye.
Hope you waited.
I plan to leave, Sim.
Solomon, please. Give me this.
Sure.
Thank you.
So you're leaving. Where can I find you?
Italy, I think. Gonna entrance a native farmer girl and show her the world. Settle down, remarry, maybe have a couple kids.
Kids?
Yeah, might give them a whirl. You'll see when you come find me.
What will we do when I visit?
Well, I'll put you to work. You'll plow.
I'll plow.
That'll give you the royal tour of the farm. And we'll sit down with my kids, good to meet them, watch a movie.
Which one?
I don't know. Something funny, something smart, something uplifting. Maybe something beautiful. I'd let you pick.
I doubt you'd appreciate my tastes.
What's your favorite kind of movie? Maybe pick a theme or a genre.
Homecoming. Stories about homecoming. Heroes fighting through mountains of monsters just to get back home, even if it kills them in the process.
Doesn't sound very uplifting.
Well, stories about conquering are rarely worth telling. Victory is always optional. The important part is learning, growing, changing. The homecoming is about battling the dragon not to slay it, to get it the hell out of your way. My old friend, home is where I am going.
We're my home.
Then move. The eyes I see you, the same that I saw that first day. The same eyes that watched those flaky, burning hands scribble poems to a bride 100 miles away.
Of course they are.
I wonder, do they still see the world the same?
You've taken on a new color, but I should hope so.
Why?
Because I loved it then. I wasn't wrong about that.
How can you be sure?
It's when you spend your entire life inside a cage, every patch of dirt looks like freedom.
You never left the cage, Simeon. No one does.
You could die today. Would you?
If I could have died 100 years ago, we could touch beneath your feet as we speak.
Okay. Thank you, Solomon.
For what?
For this life you spit upon and worship at its altar. You chose to save me amongst a million drifting souls.
Don't feel burdened?
You're all at times burdened. You're all at others free. Today you are the former and I am the latter. But the roles will switch as they always do.
No, the storms will pass, Simeon, but I don't feel safe when the clouds roll in. Are we blessed or are we cursed?
We're alive.
You won't come with me, will you?
There's so much I have left to see. I think this world will be my home for a very long time.
And you will not budge.
Never.
I have to go, Simeon.
I liked it better when we pretended that you did.
Don't you know how goodbyes are supposed to work?
Intimately! That's why I'm so afraid of them.
Simeon,
What?
thank you. Thank you for every good memory we shared. I'm sorry for the wasted ones. I'm not sorry that it has to end. I truly believe this is best for me and for you. Say goodbye to me. Let me go. Love you. You've been there for every step of my journey. Every challenge and tribulation. You were my shield and my backbone. When I forgot that I could solve my problems, you did for me. And I can never thank you enough for that.
Please stop.
I am overjoyed that you found happiness. And when that meant people, I was proud to watch you make families that looked up to you like I had. You deserved that joy, Sim. I love you. Thank you. Okay. That's all I'll say. Please, for the sakes of both of us, say goodbye to me.
I can't say it.
There are no constants. And that's okay.
Hi, Sullivan.
Captain Smith and Pocahontas and the very man when the daddy tried to kill him, she said,
Adam, have I ever told about your least favorite conversation in the world?
Yeah, you did.
Well, you haven't told me, so please.
Oh, the masses demand my story, Adam.
Do not make me sit through the story.
So my least favorite conversation.
I'm about to walk out. I'm trying to listen, okay? Please. Thank you.
I've been married 35 times. And eventually there comes this point where my wives ask why I don't look a day older. All the while they start to bloat or sag or creak when they walk. I stay the same age. Why is that, they always wonder. Oh, and they ask me, Simeon, I've known you since I was this tall. Actually, fellas, it looks like we'll have to reschedule this conversation for later.
Oh, thank God.
Gentlemen.
Who's that? Lovely number 35. Where are they going? It's so important. Dancing. I think.
You're the most special woman I've ever met in my entire life. You know that, right?
I know.
I love you now.
Have you ever said those things to anyone else?
No, my love. It's only you.